Hey guys, well, I'm back again with another project. So as you've probably seen in one of my earlier videos, I went ahead and I laid ceramic coating by Adams Polishes on my Hellcat here. It took me about three full days. I'd say I had about 20 hours of work into it maybe, so it wasn't 3 full days, but I had about 20 hours of work into it on 3 separate days, because again, I work a full-time job and that's not my daily driver, so I'm kind of lucky with that. So what I want to try to do today is I want to try to apply some clear vinyl paint protection film, otherwise known as PPF. I've used this stuff before on my last car, my 2017 Mustang, and I used it by this company called Anchor Room. So when I started using it from these guys, at the time all they had on their website was basically pre-cut paint protection for like the 2015 to 2017 Mustangs. So it looks like they've expanded their product or expanded their line. So they now make it for the 2015 Challenger Hellcat. Again, used it before. Be honest with you, I wasn't super impressed with it on the Mustang because it's thick, and the Mustangs have a lot of body lines, and when you apply it, those body lines on the thick film, it was just a real pain in the butt to work with. I guess on the clear, the paint protection film, the clear vinyl, you're not supposed to use heat, or a lot of people recommend you don't use heat. I wound up using heat. With help of my wife, we got it to lay down just fine. It looked great. The problem was it never really adhered to the surface, because if you'd hand wash it or whatever, there would be times on the edges start to peel up on you, so you have to go back, clean the surface again, hit it with a heat gun, or not hit it with the heat gun, but hit it with your mixture of water and baby shampoo or whatever lubricant you decided to use. So it was just kind of a back and forth. So right before I got rid of the Mustang, this makes a lot of sense, about 2 months before I traded it, I bought the 3M paint protection film. I stripped the old stuff off the Mustang, clay barred it, cleaned the surface real good. The 3M went down perfectly. It was great to work with. But I did buy a couple pieces from the Anchor Room again, and I went a little bit higher up on the front fender because they didn't have that part. 3M didn't have that one piece for the top part of the front fender. So the difference today is sorry for the camera work, guys, I suck at it. The difference today is with this stuff, I'm laying it on top of a ceramic coating. I've seen people lay ceramic coating on top of a paint protection film or vinyl, and I've done some research, and the opinion of, do you lay paint protection film on top of ceramic coating is kind of a mix and match. Hey guys, you know what? It's an experiment. I think this kit from Anchor Room cost me $49.95. So if it doesn't work out, not a lot of money lost. 3M, on the other hand, you're talking, for the parts I'm getting ready to cover, you're talking a couple $100s. That's a lot to lose on an experiment. So I'm going to try to get this laid down. Again, no pro at this. Excuse me. My wife, even though she hates doing it, is super good at it, but she's not going to get involved in this project because she just wants to go hands off. So what I'm doing today, guys, is again the vinyl or the PPF from Anchor Room, and I'm going to be using my slip mix or your lubrication mix, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be using a couple squeegees, and of course you need to have your microfiber towels just in case I have a heat gun. Again, used this stuff before. Using heat helped a lot on certain angles, but on the 2015 Challenger, here's where I'm going to be laying it. right behind the front fender, or right behind the front tire, both fenders, and right behind the rear tires. And guys, it is friggin' dark in here. Jesus. I'm gonna have to fix that before we start filming the application process. And they also gave me a piece that goes here, right behind the doors. Now, as you can tell in the Challengers, the body line, I mean, the body's flat. I don't think this will be a problem. The only problem I'm anticipating is I can't prep this surface. When you're laying it down on a regular car, you strip the surface, do any paint correction you do, where you basically wash it, clay bar it, strip it with an IPA mixture, buff it, paint correction if needed, and then you start the process. Well, I can't use an IPA on the ceramic, at least as far as my understanding is. And since I'm not real clear on that, I'm not going to mess with it. So again, this is an experiment. So let me get set up, get everything in place, and let the frustration begin. So again, ceramic coated surface. Can't prep it as far as clay barring, hitting it with alcohol, all that other good stuff. You know, stripping the surface of wax. When I use a 3M did say in their instructions, hey, you can put this over wax. Anchor room doesn't say that, but we're gonna do a little experiment and see. So again, got my mixture here, 32 ounces of distilled water and 1.5 milliliters of baby shampoo. Of course, I've got the piece cut. I cut it out. You can see just by the way it looks, if you lay it up against the car, you can kind of tell which piece goes where because they're not individually marked. But again, not real hard, guys. So first thing I do is get my hands wet. I'm gonna spray the surface. Spray this and slowly peel up. Now what I do is I peel up, I'll spray it down, then I just keep peeling until I get my piece out. Once I get my piece out or off the backing, I go ahead and completely spray it down. This surface is going to be a pain, I can already tell. So again, pretty flat surface here compared to what the Mustang was. So it shouldn't be too incredibly difficult. I guess it would probably help if I had it pointed the right way. So what I'm going to try to do if I get any on the camera lens, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not going to catch it till later. But basically, because the coating is keeping the water from staying in one place, it's making it a little bit more difficult than normal. Hot mess, guys, hot mess. But let's see what we can do with it. Yeah, it's, again, I'm no pro here, guys, so, you know. Okay, so I'm more concerned about having the protection closer to the fender edge than I am by the door, if that makes sense. In other words, if I'm getting rock chips right here at the edge of my door, hey, it's just a bad day all the way around. So I got it kind of where I want it. So now just light pressure. Usually a lot of guys will tack it one place with a little bit firmer pressure, then go over it lightly. And then once you got it right where you want it, and you've kind of taken some of the water beads out of it, or the water behind it, and it's just time to start working it. You just got to be patient with it. And I'm debating, because I have enough ceramic coating left over, not much, but I have enough left over to where I could probably apply ceramic coating on each one of these pieces I'm going to put down, but I'm not real sure that I'm wanting to do that. So it's tacked down now. Now I'm just lightly tapping the surface. And see, I've got this slip right here. And that's one of those areas that, you know, simply put, guys, just might have to go in with a razor blade right here and slowly trim this area. I ain't doing that. At least not right now. Because with some heat, I could probably get that to tack down. But the problem with that is since I'm tacking it over an edge, I have this problem with the Mustang. That's where it'll start to lift on you. And then you got to line up your bottom pieces here, or your bottom edge here. I'm using a squeegee with a felt end on it. It's clear, but I learned with the Mustang, excuse me, that you can go ahead, you can scratch that area. So you got to be careful. So guys, that's pretty much it, with the exception of this very end part here. It's laid down. That piece took what, 5 minutes? I don't know. I'm guessing. Don't have a clock in front of me. I'm sure when I'm editing it, I'll see how long it took. With my luck, it was probably more like 10 minutes. So, guys, I think for the most part, and of course I won't really know till this cures or dries for a full day just how it's going to look. Again, I'm putting this over a ceramic coated surface, so if anything, like on a painted surface, no ceramic, like I'm looking at this and I can clearly see the line. When I put these on my Mustang, you couldn't see the line. Why? I'm thinking it's probably the ceramic coating. But right now, it doesn't look bad. There's not a lot of air bubbles in it, except for this edge right here, which I probably will take the heat gun to. I'm not going to bore you to death with it on film though. And plus, I'm not a big fan of taking a heat gun to my ceramic coated surface. I will say the good thing about this stuff, believe me, I learned the hard way on the Mustang. I had it applied like, hey, it looks great. Notice something? Just spray everything down, it'd peel right back off, even after it was tacked down. But as I was peeling, I'd have to keep spraying. I did that on a couple pieces, and like I said, they were on the car. Yeah, I had issues with a couple of them, not the ones I did that to, oddly enough. But you know, that was on the Mustang a good 8-9 months, and they were lasting. But I just decided I wanted to go with the 3M. So that's it, guys. Not really going to know anything, unfortunately, until it sets and dries. And then, like I said, since I have enough ceramic coating, guys, I might just, once I get all the air bubbles out of these, and there's only a couple right here, it's right here on this edge. And like I said, that's just because it just exceeded slightly over, but I didn't have any room over here to push it. To, you know, in other words, to push it forward, because I'm already on the edge right here as well. And that's the problem I had with this anchor room stuff on my Mustang. The 3M stuff that I bought, I mean, it was like somebody came out and custom cut it directly to my Mustang. But again, there's a bigger price difference between the 3M and this anchor room. So, you know, you get what you pay for. Is it a product that will last and provides actual paint protection? Yep. I'm not going to complain about that because it does it as advertised. So, anyway, guys, that's one piece. I'm going to keep working on it. You can see right here where they have a spot that's cut for the tail light. On my Mustang, the top part was much thinner and there was no way to get it lined up. Again, not a pro, maybe there was a way, but I couldn't find a way to get it lined up. So on the Mustang, I actually wound up cutting this piece out to allow me some flexibility to move the part around. So again, we're on ceramic coating here. So I wanted to tackle this piece just to show you. Let's see if we can get it done. This piece on my Mustang made me lose my religion what little I had left. So we'll see how it goes here. Again, ceramic coating area. The slip mixture, or the lubrication mixture, whatever you want to refer to it as, obviously doesn't want to stick real well, where, you know, stay in one place real well. So let's just see. Again, get the old hands. Get it started here, if I can. There we go. Once I get it started, apply liberally, guys. That's about the only thing I can say. Especially on this piece, because you're talking about a piece that's cut. So sure, I'm glad I washed my car yesterday again. So what I'll use to kind of line it up is obviously the cutout for the side marker. And you want to make sure you got room around it. And of course right here. Sorry for the lighting too, guys. I really wanted this to be a decent video, but I'm struggling left and right with things today, so oh, you guys that do this and make a living out of it and actually enjoy it, good for you. I'm not saying I don't enjoy it to a certain extent, but man, if I had to make a living off of it, I'd beat a lot of beans. I'm right there on the edge, guys. Remember I told you earlier you could kind of tack it down, still peel it off and work with it? Well, there you go. I'm sure my ceramic coatings is loving this crap. Okay, why is this causing me problems? Or maybe it's not. Dun, da, da, da. Well, that went smoother than anticipated. Of course, I got a lip here now, so spoke too soon. You do not want this, guys. Believe me. Where it's cut around the tail lights, you do not want to leave an area exposed to where dirt can get in there. As I promise you, you're going to hate life. Because anytime you wash the car, no matter how you wash it, all you're going to get in there is dirt. And see, it's doing it to me again already on this vehicle, just like on the Mustang. Again, their products are affordable. Just kind of a pain. Kind of a pain to get laid down. But if you have time, you have patience, again, I'm just using real gentle pressure till I know for a fact this is where I want it. And again, just like the Mustang, it's this area around this tail light or this side marker that just doesn't want to match up the way we'd like it to. Because again, you don't want anything exposed. You don't want a lip. Because if you do, promise you, dirt's getting in there. Every time you wash it, more moisture is getting in there. And no matter how hard you have this tacked down, it's going to cause you a problem. That's one thing I can speak of from experience when it comes to this stuff. So, I should be able, and again, this lip down here, you don't want it laying over the bottom part here. If you're laying down the bottom part here, laying over this line here, you just got to keep playing with it until you get what you want. Good news is like I said, if this little experiment doesn't work out, I mean, 50 bucks is still 50 bucks. That's still not a lot of money to me, but you know, I mean, I don't walk around throwing $50 away. So let's hope I just didn't do it with this. But like I said, worst case scenario, we're not talking a couple $100s like we are with some of the 3M products. Or the Expel, you know, there's more expensive products out there than that. You know, a lot more expensive than this stuff from Anchor Room, but again, had it on my Mustang, it did the job. I just was always having to toy with it. I'll keep you guys up to date on this once I get it down on all the sides, and you know, if I just think it's a complete disaster, I'll tell you guys. But every time I order from Anchor Room, you know, shipping's reasonable, get it super quick. You know, if you send them an email, at least in my experience with me, they were always quick to respond. So, but anyway, guys, just like any other piece, once you get it laid down, then you just got to start working the area. And you're doing a wet application here. So the big thing is you just want to keep an eye on your edges down here like this, because if there's any that's lifted up, that will cause you problems. and it's just slightly over the edge here, but I'll be able to get that to lay down with a little bit of heat. I put heat on the front just a little bit to see how it would work out, and I'm not done with it, but with some heat it'll get laid down. The thing about these Hellcats is those door seams, there's like it's like a rubber seal in there, I guess to help with, you know, the noise of the wind. So that's sitting right there, which doesn't allow me to tuck the vinyl in very much. You know, I mean, if I can't get it to lay down, I might actually take a razor to it and just go very, very gently and pray. And oh yeah, if this project doesn't work out, I wind up ripping it off and I'll just stick with the ceramic coating. Won't mess with anything else. Actually, these two pieces went a lot quicker than I thought they would, but again, the body lines on these Challengers, as compared to the 2017 Mustang, the 2015, 2017, 2018 Mustang, these body lines are super easy to work with. So, okay guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish this one up, and I'll probably show you me applying the piece right here behind the door, and then that'll be it. Because there's no reason to show you the other side, because it's just, you know, wash, rinse, repeats, doing the same thing on the other side. So I'll have a lot of splatter here to clean up. I'll use a no rinse mixture. Since it's not dirty, I'll just spray it down and gently wipe it down, and that way also keeps me from getting the vinyl wet, because once this stuff is on the vehicle, you want to do your best to keep it from getting wet for, I think they say 24 to 48 hours. I like to try to keep it from getting wet for at least a week. Again, if it's not your daily driver, it's an easy thing to do. If it is your daily driver, then watch the weather forecast to make sure it's going to let you get that time in, because it is very frustrating to do something like this, do a lot of hard work. You're sitting there like, oh my God, I like it, it looks nice, and then one little thing screws it up. After I got to looking at this other piece that goes right here behind the door, sorry, anyway, it would sit, this is horrible, it would sit like this, so it would ride the bottom line here, come up right about here. My problem is going to be when I get to the right here, the lines in the wheel well. That stuff is so thick with ceramic coating, I do not think I can get it to lay down without using a lot of heat. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and pass on this piece. I'll keep it, I'll save it. Maybe down the road I use it, I'm just not sure. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and get those pieces put on the other side, right behind the front tire and the rear tire. And we're going to call it good on this project. So again guys, I apologize for the shaky camera, the bad light. You know, if I'm going to keep doing this, I'm not going to keep subjecting you people to horrible videos, that's for sure. But so anyway, right now I've got this piece on, and of course I've got this piece on. So I think they're going to serve a purpose. I got a little bit more work to do on this piece. I want to get the edge right here, get it set down. I'll hit it with a little bit of heat. So again guys, I'm super sorry for the lighting. Just, it's one of those days. Actually, I'm kind of seeing a pattern in the videos I've made yet and I haven't posted. I'm kind of seeing a pattern and I'm not real good at it yet. So that's it guys. Once I get everything completely done, I'll give you a walk around the car. But I appreciate you watching. Again, this is the paint protection film, the clear vinyl from Anchor Room on my 2015 Challenger Hellcat. It goes on easy because those parts that are flat, it goes on easy. I'm just not going to put it right there behind the front door because of that lip right there on that wheel well. I'm just not going to mess with it. So I'm going to finish up the other pieces and I'm done for today. So guys, if anything on my videos, the one thing you might learn, at least I'm hoping you learn something, but if anything, you might learn how not to do something, in which case you learned. So appreciate you watching guys. If you like it, come on back. I'm going to keep these little projects up. winter time's around the corner, and this thing's going to be parked for a while. So I still got some projects in mind though. Short throw shifter, a couple other things I can do in the garage here. So guys, I do appreciate you watching. I hope you like it, and hopefully I get better at this. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.